Hi guys, this is Go Time with Showtime. This is your first time stopping by my channel, hit that subscribe button. And if you're a returning subscriber, you know how we do. Today we're going to talk about a story out of Fort Worth. And this story comes from a apartment complex by the name of The Mark. Now what happened at The Mark 4 days ago was that a maintenance man by the name of Carlos Aybar was shot by a tenant that stayed on the property. Now, before I get into the story, we're going to roll the clip, and like always, we're going to come back and talk about it. I'll see all you guys in a sec.
Shot and killed after he was asked to help with a dispute involving a tenant. Carlos Aybar lived at the complex. Other residents are grieving his murder. Police arrested the suspect on site. Fox 4's Dion England has more in the investigation. Dion.
Hi there, Clarice. It has been 3 days now since the shooting that claimed the life of a maintenance worker who was described as kind, friendly, and always willing to help. Police and neighbors are now trying to make sense of it all. A flower memorial is growing outside the office door at the Mark Apartments in the West 7th Street corridor in Fort Worth. Handwritten messages offer condolences for Carlos Aybar, a maintenance worker who lived at the complex with his young son, who was shot dead on Friday.
Everybody considered him a friend. Everybody considered him someone that they could call, even if he was not on duty.
Neighbors are dealing with shock as the accused murderer is a tenant. Police say Devin Smith pulled a gun and opened fire, killing Aybar when the well-known maintenance man tried to defuse a heated confrontation in the office between Smith and another complex employee. Investigators say Smith came to the office to address some type of correspondence he received from the complex.
I don't know the specifics of the documents that he received through his apartment complex office, but apparently he was there to deal with an issue in regards to the property where he was staying at.
Police say the office worker summoned Aybar to assist with the tense situation. It was during that encounter Smith shot Aybar multiple times. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Police minutes later approached Smith's apartment.
It appears that the officers went and knocked on the door and he came out. As soon as they did that, then, he was taken into custody.
Our public records search reveals Smith has several past arrests, but none for violent crimes. Meantime, Kelly Pools stopped briefly while walking her dog and shared how the entire community is saddened. She says Aybar lived near her apartment for a year and a half until he moved to another unit. On the day he was killed, he did repair work for her.
I was coming into my apartment, and he was going out, and he had his little cargo shorts on and his black shirt, and he had his little cart with his tools in it, and he just turned around. He's like, "Hey, I fixed your dishwasher." And I fixed something else. I can't remember what he fixed, but anyway. He said, "Let me know if something else is going on."
Now, it is not clear how long Devin Smith has lived here. He is behind bars with an initial court appearance set for May 1st. That's the very latest live here in Fort Worth. Clarice, back to you.
Dion, thank you.
Hi guys, welcome back. Now it was said that 29-year-old Devin Smith had went to the office to confront the workers inside the office about an eviction notice that was put on his door. I read that in the article. Now, with that being said, while he was in the office, one of the office staffs had called 30-year-old Carlos Aybar up to try to defuse the situation, because most of the times when you go into to apartment complex, it's mostly women that are working in these apartment complex, and maybe they felt scared because Mr. Smith was in there all irate and he was uncontrollable and wouldn't come down, and they wanted a man to come and diffuse the situation. Now, it's said that Carlos and Mr. Devin was talking and he was trying to defuse the situation, and I guess Mr. Smith was not calming down. He then took out a gun and shot Mr. Carlos, and he died right on property. Now, it was said that Mr. Carlos lived on the property with a young son. I'm not sure if he was married or had a girlfriend or anything like that, because it does not say. The only thing it said is that he lived on property with his young son. So he has taken this man from his son, all because he did not want to get evicted. Now, that eviction had nothing to do with Mr. Carlos, Aybar, or anybody else in that office, or anybody else on that property. The reason he was probably getting eviction was for his own reason. Maybe he wasn't paying something. Maybe he was making too much noise. We never know. But either way it go, it was none of these people's fault but yours why you was getting evicted. And I'm trying to figure out, why would you take a gun to an office to confront somebody? There's no need for a gun if you're going in there to talk about an eviction. There's no need for you being loud and arguing with these people for any reason, if you the reason you're getting evicted. People act like they don't have the lightest clue about their own responsibility. Like it's other people's fault for what happens to them. It's not. It's your own fault. It's that old saying, you made your bed, now lay in it. Either one or two things can happen. You could have went to court, you could have got the money to pay it, or whatever reason you was getting kicked out. It does not matter, because they go on, and this ain't the only apartment complex. You could have moved out, but yet you goes to the office with a gun, I guess to confront people, like you pulling a gun was gonna make you stay, and then you end up taking someone's life. Then not only that, after he shot this man, obviously he must have went back to his apartment complex, because it was said when the police got there, they knocked on his door and he just came out. So I guess he must have went back to the house, like, I guess he must have sat down and thought about what he did. I'm glad he didn't run, because it was, ain't like he would have got far anyway. All your information is on file at the apartment complex. But for you to shoot somebody all because of you being evicted is not right. You have taken this man away from his son, and it don't make sense. Now, y'all heard everybody in the apartment complex say that this was a good person, that he was kind, he always talked to everyone. I read that someone said that they didn't think he had a mean bone in his body. So that lets you know that he was an all-around genuine person and liked everybody. And if they needed help, it said he would help. And for him to lose his life like this because a person don't want to get evicted is wrong. Now, it is said that they are charging Mr. Devin for murder, and his bond is set right now at $150,000. And it also said that he will be appearing in court May 1st. We all gonna see what happened. Now, my heart goes out to this family and to all the people in the apartment complex that love this man and came together and talk and tell his story of how he was in the news articles I read. Now, guys, with that being said, leave a comment in my description box. Let me know how you feel about this video we just saw. What you think should really happen to Mr. Devin Smith. And remember, guys, like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see all you guys back here in my next video.